Right. Okay. And welcome to Black Cats TV. The game has just finished, and our undefeated record at the Stadium of Light has gone. We've lost 1-0 at home to Hull. Thank you, just in case you were unaware. Mike, you obviously did the live commentary for the game. What are your thoughts after that?
Lackluster. Absolute no passion. A few players I can single out who had a decent game. I've got to question the management. I've got to question the subs. I've got to question the passion in the team. I've got to question everything. Honestly, both halves, we started the first 5 minutes like we wanted something, and that's it. We were inviting pressure on from 27 minutes in. Yeah.
And it's, the biggest disappointment for myself was there was no reaction from the game on Monday night. There was no, right, 2 up top, we need to win because we just lost that one. Let's try and, even if we'd have scraped a point out of Leeds and then drawn it, you still sort of think you've got to win this game just to make up some points again.
But yeah, I didn't expect the same team. I genuinely didn't expect the same team. And it's not just me, because on Twitter, different like Sunderland channels and stuff were all saying that I think this is how we're going to line up. And Mundell was in it, and Lafay was in the middle, and there was changes, or Mienda was in there. Nobody expected exactly the same team.
No, definitely not. And now it looks like we've come out of that with 2 more injuries, as Ballard looks to have done his hamstring in during the game.
Yeah, that looked like he did, but I'm not sure what's going on with Enzo.
And no, Enzo was obviously pulled at half-time. Danny and Frankie were saying it could be an injury, but then he was back out on the subs bench as well, which normally if there's an injury, they don't tend to come back out, really. So
that doesn't mean there's not an injury, but I don't see the tactical change there. I really don't. The goal's going down as a Patterson own goal. The first thing we need to say is, what the friggin' hell happened with that goal?
That's 3 set pieces out of 3 now for goals. And the bit later on in the game, they had a shot from a corner as well, and he had to tip that one out.
Yeah, that took a deflection. He did well to react to that, to be fair. I'll give him his due on that one.
At first, for the goal, I thought Roberts had maybe just jumped up in front of him, got a little nick on it, and that's what put him off. But on some of the more slowed down replays, I don't really think Roberts touches it. I just think Patterson misses it, and it's straight through. The annoying thing is, just if you're not sure, just punch it clear. Just anything on it, just get it back away. Do you know what I mean? Just don't. You're trying to catch a fast-moving ball with all these people moving about in front of you. With the goal literally about a foot behind you.
I mean, for me, Roberts didn't do wrong. He's the man on the front post. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
And he's about 4 foot, so I don't expect him to always be able to jump up and reach it.
No. It's a horrible, sloppy goal that you think, right, that should give them a wobble. We've gone 1-0 down, shake your heads, go at them. And we did for the whole of 5 minutes yet again.
At the end of the first half.
Yeah. And it just, I don't know. It's poor. The referee let a lot slide, a ridiculous amount of stuff slide. There should have been a penalty to us. But it's the first time I'm really starting to question Labrie.
Yeah, I know what you mean in terms of just the setup of our team. I mean, no one questioned it in the first half of the season. We were getting points and getting results and, winning games and coasting in some games. And it just seems to be falling off at the moment where we're not doing that. Yeah. Don't want to be too negative. Again, what's this? Only our 6th defeat all season. Whereas if you compare that to, say, Borough, for example, who've lost 6 in a row, it's not hideous, and we're still way better than we were last season. But we don't quite understand what's going wrong at the moment. And
2 shots on target, 8 shots off target, 7 blocked shots, and 61% of possession. And that's for us, not for them. But we didn't look dominant at any point, even with them stats.
No, and the shots, I'm even struggling to think when there was blocks, and even the 2 on target, really. I think maybe Hume got one towards the end where the keeper parried it. But apart from that, that's it. I mean, Isidore had a chance, a free header. Mienda had a run into the box that he put wide of the post. Those are the 2 that I sort of notably remember in the second half. First half, I don't remember really anything. I know people will say there was a slight offside for Hull's second goal, which was, of course, disallowed. However, I don't understand why the ref couldn't give a free kick for the guy who'd literally kicked the defender in the head, to get it over to him anyway.
And to contradict a previous video of Job being the difference.
Yeah.
Just not with it today, Job, at all. And he has no reaction speed.
There was a couple of times where the ball sort of, he waited for it and someone jumped in front of him, or there's one pinging about the box and you were thinking, just put your foot through it, and he sort of held on a second. It was, I mean, I know you said before you could highlight some people who had a good game. I'm struggling to think of anybody who was above like a 5 or a 6, really.
I think Roberts had a good game yet again. Only because he wants to make things happen. He's running, he's going, he's attacking minded. He takes on players. At points, Roberts had 4 people around him. And with battling, we retained possession. I think Roberts would be my man of match if I had to pick one. But it's an easy choice because everyone else was poor.
I just don't see Roberts at the moment, and I know that's harsh on me. Not necessarily in this game. I just sort of go, yes, he's running about. Yes, he's trying to make things happen, but he doesn't make things happen.
But he delivers it into the places it should happen, and you can't blame Roberts for that.
But my
other good goal poacher would be 6 goals up off Roberts in this game alone.
But then my other thing is Mayenda, who played majority out as a right-sided player this season now, has more goal contributions and goals from that position in less games than Roberts does.
But then he's done nothing since he's come back.
What in 2 games, Mayenda?
Yeah.
He's all he's had, really. He doesn't get in the team.
He didn't look present today. When he came back on,
he had his one chance. No, but I mean, when against Derby, when he got his first game put back in, scored after 12, it's like, well done, son. You dropped for now the next 4 games. It's like, right, you didn't do anything wrong in that game. I mean, and I know the thing is, Roberts is a fantastic player. I can't take that away from him, and he does absolutely unbelievable things to get past people, and and he really does put the fear of God into them. But he just doesn't contribute anything.
He's a smart player. He's the only one getting forward at times. And I can highlight 3 moments in that game where a ball would be whipped over by 09 or by Meppin or by Ballard. Big switch over to that side. He brings it down beautifully. He takes it on. He gets forward. And there's nobody with him.
Yeah, that's what I was literally going to say. The thing that probably is against him, I noticed even when we were coming down the left, centre, or the right anyway, was every time we're getting into the box or near the box, they've got like one other option to pass it to, yet all their defence and maybe their defensive midfielders are there in the line as well. We're not committing numbers forward in these attacks. And it always, that when they go, oh, it's just lucky that it ricochets to this player in this box or this player here. It's like, if we had more people around, you're increasing your chance. You play the odds, exactly. Yeah. And maybe that's what it is, that these things that Roberts is creating, he's aiming for one person that's there, which is Isidore, because every time I see Roberts get it, he either has to cut inside and have a go himself, which, as we've said, he doesn't do that well with, or he's going to give it back to Job, Neil, and then switch it out to the other side. And then Roberts isn't going to win the headers or the flick-ons or anything like that. And he doesn't challenge well centre-backs for the crosses that come in on his side, if you get me.
Yeah.
Because he's short and little, of course. I wouldn't expect him to out-jump, John Egan or anyone who just played in that game there, really. And it was the same for Mundell. He came on and I went, I can see you trying. I can see you're taking people on. You're trying to make things happen. But every time you got it, again, it was just Isidore. Again, he was pass it back to the 2 on the edge of the area, who then are just going to pass it over to the other side. And we're going to have the exact same problem again coming in that way. We just don't have an option.
Are we throwing Isidore under the bus as well, like we've done with so many strikers, where nobody's supporting him? We're trying this magical long ball forward and hoping he gets on the end of it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of pressure on him.
There was a couple today where we fired them down in the channels like we did against Leeds, but every time he just couldn't quite get to it. It was going out of play too much. And you were like, is that all we're relying on? This sort of smash it over the top for Isidore, instead of thinking, where's he going to be in the penalty area? How do I get this to him and his strengths? Let's go against Sheffield United. Someone just found him on the edge and he just went, do you know what? I'm just going to run at the defender and go in. No one ever gives him the ball to feet on the edge of the area. It's always just like, let's just float an aimless cross in for him or fire it from defence and he'll run after it.
Yeah.
we're not including him as part of our build-up play. Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly. I mean, to play devil's advocate a bit and try and give our lads a bit more credit, somebody mentioned in my chat that Hull drew 3-3 with Leeds at their place, and they beat Sheffield United 3-0 at the end of January.
I think I said in the chat, when we played Hull earlier on in the season, it was a very close game, and I actually thought Hull slightly had the better chances in that game. And if you remember, our goal was a complete sucker punch from their corner. So it's not like we absolutely pissed them down at the KC. We sort of, it was an even sort of game. So it was a bit like, if they play like this and they can beat Sheffield United and they can draw with Leeds, why are they down there? Like, it made no sense really. But I mean, I do have to say they probably were the better team today, completely. Like
the Dodds effect.
Yeah, I know what people are saying. It's starting to gain traction, isn't it? Now that what's gone wrong since he's gone, but I don't know. I still think Labrie should be able to be sorting this out himself, and we can all see we either need extra bodies up top. Not in terms of, I'm not thinking transfers. I just mean options, as in to help Isidore, or put more numbers forward so you play the odds, like he was saying before, rather than just going, do you know what, lads? This one player up top works, and one of our two wingers will get us something if not.
But he took Rig off and brought Meander on and thought, yeah, brilliant. That's an attacking minded. We're going to go two up front, but we just didn't.
He didn't put him up top.
We're just utility playing.
Where Meander. Did Isidore move, by the way? Because Isidore didn't come off, I don't think, did he?
No, Isidore didn't come off, no.
Yeah, because then that one by Ender one, where he missed, but that chance they got there. I kept thinking, where's Isidore in this? You should be up top as well. So did they move Isidore back to put Mayenda further on? It was a bit like, you should both be up there. Like, that's the whole point of this. We're losing at home.
Yeah. And it's the first loss at home, right?
First loss at home in the league, yeah.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
And first time we've lost 2 in a row this season.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've got Sheffield Wednesday on Friday, I want to say. Yeah.
Can we beat Sheffield Wednesday? Or are we going to go for a 3-game losing streak?
I bloody hope not. Is it at Hillsborough, I want to say? Yes, it is. We beat them 4-0 on the second game of the season. Yeah. Yes, so it's
away, then we're at home again. Yeah.
Yeah. Although Burnley just smashed them 4-0, so they're not going to want to be, done over twice in quick succession, because they're chasing playoffs as well. They're up to 9th, I think, as of Friday night before they play Burnley. So it's going to be another tough game, and I really think we need to mix up our system and style of play. I think if we go there and we just try this again, I don't think it'll end well for us.
Well, we'll talk about that in a preview.
Yeah, absolutely we will.
I'll give you my man of the match.
Yeah. Oh, do I have to pick one? This is really difficult.
Because everyone was so amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? I didn't think Ballard was doing anything wrong. And if it wasn't for him throwing himself on the line to get injured, it probably would have been 2-0 when he did that. So if he hadn't done that. So probably Ballard, I don't think he put a foot wrong. We were all debating him and was a threat from set pieces every time, little flick-ons and everything. Yeah. Was actively trying to push us out every time he got on the ball. So, yeah, Ballard. And we really were just thinking, him and Meppin, that's what we want. Not that 09's done anything wrong, but that's what we want. And now he's going to be out injured for probably several weeks.
What do you want? Him and Meppin?
I do. Skiing.
That's what you just said.
The skiing. I want to go skiing. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go with that. But we hadn't even said it, but please like and subscribe. We meant to do that really early on in the video. So pause now. Do it now. And now Michael say his goodbyes. Mike's that way.
Yeah, I'm this way. Thanks for everyone who did join me on the live stream. Luckily, for the Sheffield game, you've got Conrad instead, so hopefully he can do a commentary on.
I only had a draw against Watford. So.
Well, there you go. So, but we'll
Although
see.
I did the Sheffield Wednesday game in the reverse, and we won 4-0. So
there we go. Good luck, Charm. Conrad with his funky new shirt. Don't forget to check out that. Join him for the live commentary and give him the support through that one. And I'll see you in the preview and then the review for the same game. So thanks. Goodbye.
See you later, everyone. Have you got the buttons? You do have the buttons.